This is that regrown celery that I'm now getting round to potting on. And I don't know if you could see, let's bring it a bit closer, dripping. I've actually had to cut and I've cut it off at this like stumpy thing. I've cut quite a few of the bottom stalks off. Maybe I could have done cutting that a little bit lower because they'd actually rotted, and we don't want any rotting on it because it will rot the whole thing. But I'm just going to I might just trim these roots a bit because they're a bit long. As I said before, I'm not putting it in the compost, I'm putting it on the compost and just really lightly covering it. Do it like that. And that's enough. Just firming that in, pushing it from the base so that it's not the soil up from the base, so it's not on the base and covering that base, because that's where the rot will happen. If you actually put it too deep in the compost, then it will start to rot. Sometimes if it's a little bit taller you might have to stake it. But when I water that in, you'll see that there's no soil actually on the top of that base. Secret weapon against the fungal gnats, get the vacuum cleaner out. This has been a good idea. Do you know, I actually think I am not going to put any soil on top of these mustard seeds next time, because I've had this, they come up with little bits of soil on it, so I think I might just put a thin layer of soil and just put the mustard seeds on. We'll try that next time, but it's certainly worked out better. Look, we've got some nice long shoots putting it in this container. And I didn't throw the peas out because this is the third lot now. They've started to grow again. And I'm still managing to get some leaves out of these. So we'll keep going with those as well. Really pleased with that, how that's turned out. Look at that. And it comes out in one big lump. I'm actually lifting it up and watering it from the bottom. So today's the 9th, Monday the 9th, and I repotted this celery on Thursday the 5th. And look, it's taken. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just the look of the drawer, really. I've already used a couple of leaves from it. You'll find when you're regrowing celery, you don't get stalks like a celery plant. You don't get stalks coming up, but they won't be lush and crisp and you can eat them raw. They're more wiry and tough, but you can certainly use the celery as a flavouring. You know, pop it in when you're making a stew or something like that over winter. So if you manage to get a celery and get it to regrow, it's ideal to keep on your windowsill over winter. It's quite happy there next to my banana plant. I've been pruning the money plants back. I've cut quite a lot of these money plants. I've pruned them quite well really, taken lots off. Like I say, I like them to look like trees, but it also gives them more light in winter. Looks like I've cut loads off, but they still look quite full. And as I say, just pruning them in winter gives me a bit more light and them a bit more light. I've had money plants most of my life. There's good news and there's bad news when it comes to this mother-in-law tongue plant. I was actually cleaning my windows 2 or 3 times ago now, about 2 or 3 months ago I think, and I dropped this poor mother-in-law tongue plant face down, look, and I broke the tops off 2 or 3 of the leaves. But they are quite robust, aren't they? This could do with repotting, but I think it's too late to do it now, especially when, look, it's decided to flower. I don't know that I've seen a flower on this before. Does anybody know what they look like? It's the only one I can see. What a stunning day. It's the 9th of October and it's 21 degrees here in the north of England. So I'm going to go out, I think. I'll check on my fig tree. Which the leaves are beginning to turn. No figs ripening, but I'm going to leave them on for the time being. And beautiful colours on the blueberry bush as the leaves turn. And no, I've not even tried to get a cutting from that yet. I shall have to get round to it. And whatever was eating my potatoes has now moved on to the healthy potato plant. But I'm just going to leave it. I think it's because it's so warm, really. And earlier in the week I went out and I was foraging loads of apples, foraging for apples. I found 2 different places. With it being so warm today, that's what I'm going to go do now. I'm going to go out for a walk enjoy the weather and have a look in the hedgerows as I'm going. Take care, people.